Hello, I am the White Wolf, and welcome to my first ever roleplay series. I hope you enjoy. So, I am new to this, so it won't be really good, but I will be making a full series about me doing roleplay of it. We will be playing Skyrim, the vampire questline. While I've taken jobs that aren't pretty, this was the most disturbing job that I have taken by far. As I go into this cave, I wonder what will be on the other side. I was so unprepared for what would come next. When attacking this vampire, I came across this disease. Something took a hold of me, making me sick. So I checked into an inn that night.
Are you listening?
Hard not to.
The ale is going bad. We need to get a new
And
bag.
as I could hear the two bickering,
Did you hear me?
Yep, ale's.
I don't remember much from what happened after that, but I woke up in a bed that must have brought me in here. I started feeling weird, as if my body was burning. So that night I went for a walk to clear my head. Something was different about me, I knew that for sure. I had this hunger, this power, overwhelming power to absorb life, taking it, and yet restoring it in a weird, reanimated way. Something as if it was my slave. Something I could control. Something I could take away the life of. But as I learned from this disease I contracted, I only became stronger as I brought in the thirst.
Heard they're reforming the Dawn away from me. Vampire hunters or something. In the old fort near Riften. Might consider joining up myself.
Vigilance and I were finished with each other a long time ago.
You know why I'm here. The Vigilants are under attack everywhere. The vampires are much more dangerous than we believed.
And now you want to come running to safety with the Dawn Guard. Is that it? I remember Keeper Carset telling me repeatedly that Fort Dawn Guard is a crumbling ruin, not worth the expense and manpower to repair.
These were the only people who knew anything about vampires and the disease I contracted, so I figured this was my best bet.
Isran, Carset is dead. The Hall of the Vigilants, everyone, they're all dead. You were right, we were wrong. Isn't that enough for you?
Yes, well, I never wanted any of this to happen. I tried to warn all of you. I am sorry, you know. So who are you? What do you want? Why do I even post guards? This is the headquarters of the Dawn Guard. Well, it used to be. A long time ago. As you can see, we have some work to do to restore it to its former glory. But maybe you want to help me with that. I need someone out in the field taking the fight to the damn vampires, while we're getting the fort back into shape. Tolan was telling me about some cave the Vigilants were poking around in. Seemed to think it was related to these recent vampire attacks. Tolan, tell him about, what was it? Dim Hollow.
Yes, that's it. Dim Hollow Crypt. Brother Adelwald was sure it held some long-lost vampire artifact of some kind. We didn't listen to him any more than we did Isran. He was at the hall when it was attacked.
That's good enough for me. Go see what the vampires were looking for in this dim hollow crypt. With any luck, they'll still be there. Here, you should take a crossbow. Good for taking out those fiends before they get close. Feel free to poke around the fort and take what you need. There isn't much yet, but you're welcome to anything you can use.
I'll meet you at Dim Hollow. It's the least I can do to avenge my fallen comrades.
Tolan, I don't think that's a good idea. You vigilants were never...
As I stood down that lonely mountain, I stared up at the journey I had yet to overcome. As I came closer to the den of the monsters, I looked over yonder to deal with what I was, struggling with. Would this be my life now? Shall I ever cure this disease? Is this disease even worth curing? All these thoughts ran in my head. Was it worth it? Shall I remain like this? This untempted power and thirst that's within me. Is it really a disease or a cure? While reaching the top of the mountain, I found a torch leading to the entrance of the cave. The further I progressed, the more dangerous it became. Though with my great efficiency, I overcame these fletchlings they call themselves. It seems to be a lower grade of the vampire. Interesting. I must equip myself with fire. It seems to be a vulnerable aspect to them taking over their life. As I equipped it, I wonder how far this would take me. The further I went on, the more dangerous this became. The closer I came to them was more dangerous, as they would be taking my life in their hands. Can I truly defeat them? As I continued pressing on, the more I learned about my abilities. My vision in the dark became enhanced in the sense of it's lighting up like a fire, a candle, just beaming light through my eyes, seeing the visibility greatly enhance as my strength grew more fierce. My vision became more clear, and these monsters did not stand a chance with the powers I was gifted.
I'll never tell you anything, vampire. My oath to Stendar is stronger than any suffering you can inflict on me.
I believe. What's that?
As these vampires bickered on, I sliced, I diced, and I took their lives just to get further. They were no match for me. My strength grew stronger. Stronger than I've ever felt before in my mortal life. So as I activate this button, my hand is increasingly the pain. But as I look, it gradually heals. So, contracting this braces, it seems to open up a mechanism really revealing something. As I place the last brazier, fire circles around it as it starts to bring up a tomb. While opening the tomb, a woman with a scroll falls out. I'm going to talk to her.
Where is... Who sent you here? I don't know who that is. Is he working for my father? That's not a name I know. And it doesn't sound like a name a group of vampires would choose. Can't you tell your own kind? I smelled you almost before my eyes were open. Don't think that'll keep them from turning on you eventually. They'll figure out what you are. That's complicated. And I'm not totally sure if I can trust you. But if you want to know the whole story, help me get back to my family's home. My family used to live on an island to the west of Solitude. I would guess they still do. By the way, my name is Serana. Good to meet you. Yes, it is. And it's mine. It's complicated. I can't really talk about it. I'm sorry. Good question. Hard to say. I can't really tell. I feel like it was a long time. Who is Skyrim's High King? Oh, wonderful. A war of succession. Good to know the world didn't get boring while I was gone. Who are the contenders? Empire? What empire? Cyrodiil is the seat of an empire? It must have been gone longer than I thought. Definitely longer than we planned. Please, let's hurry. I need to get home so I can figure out what's happened.
Leaving this dangerous place, we get cornered by gargoyles. The only way out is through them. So, reaching my crossbow, I fire the few shots off, taking their lives. And the closer they became, I started to have to use the weaponry. With my enhanced vision, I could clearly see their weaknesses throughout the darkened cave. As they came closer, I had to use my weaponry to defend myself. The further we pushed on, the more dangerous it became. Some beings of creatures, the skeletons. It seems as if it was a past hero. Someone who was a great influence back in the day. So using my crossbow, I used to finish off the rest of them, taking their lives again, once more. As we escaped the cave, we ran into a boat, taking her to her home, as what she brought us to was a castle, something I have never seen before. This gorgeous, gorgeous castle. So coming upon the entrance, she gives me a warning.
So, before we go in there, I wanted to thank you for getting me this far, but after we get in there, I'm going to go my own way for a while. I think I just need to be alone for a while. There's a lot of feelings wrapped up in this old place, and I don't think you're quite ready for them. So let me take the lead in there.
Lady Serana's back. Open the gate.
This must be that beautiful Skyrim weather I've always heard about.
How dare you trespass here? Wait, Serana? Is that truly you? I cannot believe my eyes. My lord, everyone! Serana has returned!
I guess I'm expected.
I can't believe it.
And I couldn't believe my eyes at the sight of all these vampires.
My long-lost daughter returns at last. I trust you have my Elder Scroll.
After all these years, that's the first thing you ask me? Yes, I have the scroll.
Of course, I'm delighted to see you, my daughter. Must I really say the words aloud? Ah, if only your traitor mother were here. I would let her watch this reunion before putting her head on a spike. Now tell me, who is this stranger you have brought into our hall?
This is my savior, the one who freed me.
For my daughter's safe return, you have my gratitude. Tell me, what is your name? I am Harkon, Lord of this court. By now, my daughter will have told you what we are. Not just vampires. We are among the oldest and most powerful vampires in Skyrim. For centuries we lived here, far from the cares of the world. All that ended when my wife betrayed me and stole away that which I valued most. You have done me a great service, and now you must be rewarded. There is but one gift I can give that is equal in value to the Elder Scroll and my daughter. I offer you my blood. Take it and you will walk as a lion among sheep. Men will tremble at your approach and you will never fear death again. You contracted a disease, perhaps, but you are no true vampire. Accept my gift, and I promise that you will learn the difference. Refuse me, and I will banish you from this castle. I will spare your life this once, but after that, you are prey. Perhaps you still need convincing. Behold the power! This is the power that I offer. Now, make your choice. Be still. Awake at last. Good. The power is growing within you, and now you must learn to wield it. My blood is potent. At first the body is overwhelmed by it. After my bite, you collapsed and fell into a slumber. Now your flesh has acclimated to the new blood that courses through your veins. I assure you, no harm was done. In truth, your strength surprises me. Not all mortals can withstand my embrace. A shrine to Molag Bal, the mighty Daedra prince who is father to all our kind. Our power is a blessing from him. It is he who first bestowed the gift of the ancient blood upon me. In an age long forgotten to history, I ruled as a mighty king. My domain was vast, my riches endless, and my power infinite. And yet, as my mortal life neared an end, I faced a seemingly invincible enemy. My own mortality. I pledged myself to Molag Bal, and in his name I sacrificed 1,000 innocents. In reward, he gave everlasting life to myself, my wife, and my daughter, and so I have defeated mortality itself. With my guidance, you will become a deadly instrument, striking terror into the hearts of mortals wherever you tread. Now listen to my words and do as I instruct. The true power of the ancient blood is found in the form of the Vampire Lord. Assume the mantle of the Vampire Lord, and we will continue. Use the... In this form, you can drain the life from your foes with your right hand. With your left hand, you can wield the power of blood magic to raise the dead. You can also call upon the powers of night to turn into a swarm of bats and reappear some distance away. Should you run out of magicka, you can descend to the ground and fight as the beasts do. Do so now, and we will continue. Cease your flight, and we will move on to the next lesson. Good. You are weaker while on the ground, because you cannot access the blood magic. However, the night powers are still yours to command, and your claws are still formidable weapons. Over time, your powers will grow in strength, and you will find new ways to use your gifts.
Power that I've never felt before. The absolute power and strength that I possessed was unearthly.
There is much to learn, but if you master the powers of the Vampire Lord, few enemies will be able to stand against you. There is one last thing you must know. Slaying mortal men of your life drain grants you new night powers and blood magic. I keep a stable of thralls in the castle should you need to feed like the baser vampires to stave off the sun. That is all I have to teach you. If you wish to be reminded of these lessons, you need only ask. I have a task that will test your new powers. At first, do you have any questions? When you first transform into a Vampire Lord, you will hover in the air. While you do, you will command the powers of blood and night. Descend to the ground, and you can attack with your claws and feed upon your prey to regain your strength. With experience, your powers will grow, and you will discover new ways to use them. As a vampire, you will gain new powers, but also a weakness to sunlight. With each passing day that you do not feed, that weakness will become more deadly, but your powers will also become stronger. Feed upon those who are sleeping, and your vulnerability to sunlight will diminish along with your powers. Good. Go and speak to Garen Marethi. Tell him it is time. He will understand.
While hearing his footsteps walk away, I follow him to my next journey of being a Vampire Lord.